Hey guys, welcome back to Black Desert Online. So unfortunately, Otaku had to go. So we are going to finish out our grind to 58 solo. So we're heading back there, but I just wanted to show you the immense desert on our way there. It is pretty crazily huge. Well, I mean, you know, respectively. I mean, it is a game, right? So while we like auto go that way, see, like, this place is massively huge. Like, all of this is like greater than these two areas combined. You know, like if you look, which is awesome. And it's just, there's nothing. There's a couple of nodes with a couple of people, but really, that's about it. But I did want to show you something. So while we were out, kind of in our intermedium, like getting things, and like we had to go back and repair and everything. Let me show you the upgrades that we got. So we got the Tri-Rosar Longsword, which was a really cool upgrade for us. And then we also got a Tri-Rosar Shield to go with it, so we can ignore all resistances by 10%. That's that set bonus down there. And it also has 2 sockets on each to allow us to have more of those really awesome crystals. We just have the Black Spear crystals that overall give us 10 AP and 200 HP, which is good, for sure. We're going to get this to Ultimate here pretty soon. But the last upgrade that I got from my armor to try it all out was my boots for the Terratos set. Now I'm done. So now I'm going to be saving my money for my boss gear adventure, which, you know, you guys will get to see. Hopefully I can do some videos on that. I've been recording some progressionary videos on my Mystic. I just now got her to level 51 and was doing some things over in the Catfish area. Getting some really awesome, amazing combat captures in, like with combos, and just really streamlining her process. She really feels powerful, and I only have a plus 15 green. I know that kind of seems elitist for new players starting out, but a plus 15 green is like 15 million on the market, which isn't that much once you get into the grinding guys in the game. Once you know, join a guild and you're doing guild missions and stuff with the guild, and like looting and doing auction house stuff or marketplace stuff, excuse me, and all that other stuff, you know, really 15 million isn't that bad. We made 15 million, 15.3 in gold bars. I just transferred it over. They're in my inventory space right now. From just the silver and the junk that we picked up while grinding with Otaku. Now, Otaku, you're going to see him pop up there. He's currently messing about with his Mystic because he can't really commit to a whole lot of time right now because his family just showed back up from after visiting other family. So he's kind of going to be in and out and AFK and then not AFK. So he didn't really feel like he could, you know, go out to the desert again and grind out, which is totally fine. And we thank him for his wonderful company for the last 2 hours of grinding. That is for sure. Would not have been able to do it without him. So let's see. We are trying to get back to where we were. I have that debuff. Let's use our drink. There's a villa right there. And where does that put us on the map? See, so you can't see yourself on the map, but we just right here, I'm thinking that's that villa right there. So we are probably right around here. So we're going to continue going this way because we'll eventually get to where we were, hopefully, right? I have some carrots just in case our elephant decides to go crazy, but you know, with a lack of stamina, because once you get to stamina or 0 stamina down there, that yellow bar, your mount will walk on you, and it is a terrible thing. You do not want to run out of stamina in the desert. It's a bad idea, bad jujus. So let's see. We got another bell out. So this is kind of like an experienced server. I don't think that we really explained that. So for new players and old players returning that have been gone for 30 days, you have access to the Olivia servers. The Olivia servers are servers that have like a huge experience bonus right here. And then in addition, we have these bells that go off that you can do the entire server. We did one in the last video, and that was really helpful for the entire server. The entire server got to see that, guys, and the entire server got to benefit from us using our bell, which is super cool. They're expensive, but you know, like, you help everybody on the server with leveling and doing that stuff, which I think is super cool. And just to be able to have those, and I got those two for free. I still have a whole nother one to use. So, but we only have less than 3% to go before we level ourselves. I'm trying to cut in down over here. I'm trying to remember where we came here during the nighttime, guys. So, and I was distracted with talking to Otaku, so I'm not too sure where we're going. But we'll know when we get there, right? That's all a part of the journey, as they say, which is really what people say when they are lost. It's fun, guys. So once we level, we'll go back to the node manager guy, and we will take a look at the skills, the awakening skills that I have to unlock, and then just in case if you guys are new to this, right, that you weren't too sure, we didn't really go over on an overview. I don't think we are where we're supposed to be, but we didn't take a look at skills. I haven't really showcased my warrior to you guys. We took a look at the mystic for a little bit in that one first introductory stuff to the Black Desert, but we never really. Is this the city entrance? We'll have to take a look at skills later, is what I'm trying to say while I'm trying to figure out where I'm going. But there's a PvP city that you do not want to go to if you're not all negative karma. Where are we, guys? I have no idea. Oh man, we're like in the mountains. Somewhere in the mountains going west. Eventually we will find our place, because so point of reference is we passed kind of like a tree-ish area, and now it looks like we're in like this kind of area here. So what might happen is we might run into like some NPCs, and then we can just park our elephant here and then go and kill, which could be a thing. But I'm gonna bring you guys back once we find out where we are, because this might take a minute for me to find what's up. So we will be right back. Okay, guys, we found it. I just had to like zerp through a whole bunch of guys. That was insane. Didn't take any damage, which was awesome. I'm going to use one of these. Trying to rest up our stamina. That took a little bit. I'm really feeling like our camo isn't what it used to be, guys. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't quite understand that. But you know, that's okay. Let's check our workers real quick. Do some beer management. All right. So we are going to get up here. Drink our beer. We have all of our buffs for right now. We're gonna now go in there. Let's skip this guy. So yeah, guys, let me know how what you guys think about me and Otaku's ranching and raving, and you know, going about and killing things, and you know, trying to keep the conversational stuff going while still talking about some Black Desert stuff and the current gripes and complaints on what some people are experiencing in the game. Some of it's wanted or unwarranted. Some of it is warranted. You know, there is a lot of different things going on. But, I don't know. I like this game. It is a buy and play. You don't necessarily have to buy anything. But buying stuff, you know, is what keeps this kind of game going. And as well as you get some really cool stuff that's very useful. Not only do I have this outfit, but it also is a camouflage, helps me in the desert. It also camouflages me against, like, PvPers. You know, when I want a PvP, it's a great item to have. You know, having all these pets, great items to have. You know, not only are they super cool and unique, they're also adorably cute. I have quite a lovely little family right here of guys, and those aren't my only ones. I'm really terrible. I had a lot of dispensable income when I was in the military. But, you know, I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's a super fun game. It's like combat action. Like, now like, after Black Desert and after Terra, you know, Terra was a thing. Terra kind of was, like, revolutionary in this kind of stuff, in my opinion. I don't know. Let me know if you guys think differently. But, she kind of paved the way to get these kind of games out there, and this game is immensely beautiful. The combat is fluid and engaging. Like, I feel slow, but I feel powerful, and that's what the warrior is all about. It's just kind of like, if I can close the gap on you, you are going to get wrecked. And that is what is kind of a super important fact that we were talking about when it came to balancing, that I kind of wanted to address. And I'm not too sure if we really did make that clear, because we were rambling. So this game isn't necessarily balanced to every different class playing against each other, which makes sense. And this is what I kind of like alluded to in that Warplanes episode, is you don't bring a knife to a gunfight unless you're really good, right? And that just makes total sense in real life. So if you go up against a mage person, a magic wielding wizard or witch that can just, you know, call forth balls of fire, electric lightning bolts, or, you know, shards of glass ice at you, you know, and if you're, like, staying way far away, then, yeah, you're gonna get wrecked, because all they have to do is just stand there. It's kind of like in tennis, right? If you have control of the tennis ball versus your opponent, you're dictating where your opponent has to go run and chase the ball. Like, I'm gonna slap it to the left side. Now my opponent has to run all the way over to the left side. And meanwhile, I'm staying, like, in the middle of the court, because all that your opponent can do is just return the ball. He can barely, you know, get a leg up. And that's kind of like PvP, man. Like, you know, if I can kite you and I'm a wizard, you know, I'm gonna win. But if you close the gap on me, I'm squishy and I'm gonna die. So it's all about knowing your class, knowing your opponent's class, knowing its weaknesses, knowing your weaknesses, knowing your strengths, knowing their strengths, right? And that's what goes to being a good player. And that happens over time. No one's an expert. No one really is like the end-all, be-all, this is the meta, because meta changes, right? Meta changes, gear changes, levels change, skills get tweaked, modified, new classes come out, you know, and it's all about kind of finding that balance of fun and engagement play and all the other stuff. A lot of people, you know, that I've been seeing, they're just like, oh, well, this MMO has no story. And it's like, well, she has a story, but it's one of those Korean MMO kind of stories to where, you know, it's not really about the NPC characters and the world that they are in a sense. It's more like what the player character does to affect that NPC world and their space, you know? So it's all kind of like that. It's like kind of like really crazy yin-yang feng shui. Like, I sound completely deep and sageful right now, and really it's just I kind of understand after playing. My first MMO was Earth and Beyond, way back in the day when I was 15 years old. You know, I worked so hard to get my computer to be able to play that game because it was an immensely graphical, intense game at the time, and I just needed a machine. So I worked my butt off to get that computer, and then I played with my friends, and I gained friends. That was my first online experience ever, and I joined the guild called the Silver Guard. Oh man, it was so much fun. They taught me so much in the worlds of video gaming to, you know, everything. And ever since then, after Earth and Beyond, I went to EVE. And then I played EVE for a while. I kind of resisted WoW for a long time. I started originally, and then, you know, my friends eventually persuaded me to play. But I picked a different class and a race than all of them. Because I've always been like one to support the group, so you know they were doing like paladins and warriors and mages and all humans and stuff, and I was just like, well, I want to be a night elf, and no one's rocking out like a night elf hunter, so I'll be a hunter. So yes, that's true, guys. My first character in World of Warcraft back in the millennia was a night elf huntard. Yes, it is true. I did not learn the ways of the paladin until Burning Crusade, because I quit the game. I got frustrated. My friends, by the time I got from my little starting area that I had to solo, not knowing anything, all the way over to Westfall, where those guys were, you know, they were already like, you know, level 20 and stuff, and I was like really little. I was like low level. It was terrible. That was back in the day when you actually had to take boats. It took a while to get to places and stuff, and man, they just smoked me as far as progression because they didn't wait. You know, they were too eager and everything. So I quit for a while, and then I joined back. You know, I have a lot of games that I have played, guys. I mean, I can spend this entire episode of us grinding, talking about all the different kind of games that I have played, MMOs to single player to multiplayer. I used to do Counter-Strike for a while. That was a fun kind of a thing. But, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I have some experience with the MMO, and when it comes down to the bottom line of people going, oh, well, this class is, you know, too OP, and I might even very well agree with you. Like, I felt for a very long time that MMOs, especially the Asian Korean market, they really cater to those kitey, zerpy ranger classes that do nothing but zerp away from you while just critting the crap out of your face. Like, I don't understand how your evasive skill can hit harder than a warrior's main attack while you also gain distance. Makes no sense to me. I felt like the Ranger was broken like forever ago, all this stuff. So you want to talk about raging. I can definitely rage against the machine when it comes to that, guys. Like, you have no idea. And then their awakening, in this game at least, you know, turns out to be this small little sword that then also has this one-shot ability that is just like these little fast-acting like attack marks and stuff. And all you can do is just watch yourself like shred, unless you're a warrior or a Valkyrie who can block. Now, I haven't really showed block. I'm going to momentarily here. Here, let me do it right now. See, I'm blocking. I can block for days. This is the OP thing of the warrior. See this? While I'm blocking, I'm getting this all AP up 26. That's huge, because if you can see, I have 148, and remember, I have 17 AP hidden amongst these AP crystals. So really, I have a lot more AP. Now I have an additional 26. Now I come out, and now for 9 seconds after I come out, I have an additional AP. So the mechanic for a warrior, which I haven't really been doing because I've been talking, is blocking, and then using all of your abilities within 9 seconds. And oh cool, I got a title. And then blocking again, while also evading them. You know, like you stop them from doing damage to you and everything. There are so many times in PvP where I just got completely lucky with pressing Q at the right time right as like a sorceress or a wizard or a witch just like opened up their god-off powers, I blocked and I negated all of their damage. So it's all about placement. It's all about where your character is, you know, what you're doing, situationally aware, you know, because while you're fighting one guy, his friend could be outflanking you because your block is directional. If someone gets behind you, guess what? He could lock you down from behind if you're not paying attention. So, I mean, there's lots of different things that you can get into in this game that are just, like, so meta-intensive, but then so meta-not. Because, like Otaku was saying, like, he looks the meta, and he's like, yeah, okay, I can see that. And then he looks at his own character and says, okay, now what can I do to acknowledge the meta and to understand the weaknesses of this class and then improve my own? Like, I really like, you know, Shift F as a tamer, and Shift F as a tamer is this skill, and I want to make sure that, you know, I can work that into my rotation because it allows me to close the distance. It's not in the meta, but it allows me personally, because I know my class, to close the distance. So then you work at it, right? It's not just always cookie cutter, which is what a lot of MMOs have gone to, guys, and that's what we were trying to talk about, was the cookie cutter kind of copy paste. Everybody's the same build, everybody can kill everybody equally without, you know, without much contest. And then it was really about all gear, you know, because people argue this game is so gear intensive, which is true to a certain point. But if you have skill, guys, I'm telling you, I had pry gear and a green duo sword, and later, like, if you guys are familiar with this game, you will know that the beginning mercenary green weapon isn't really, she's not a good sword. It's not a really good awakening sword. You want the higher level one, right? Well, I had a duo, right? I had a plus 17 technically, a plus 17 green sword with pry plus 16 gear. I dueled somebody that had boss gear, all plus 17 gear, all duo gear, and was a zerpy little ninja. And you don't know how many times I was able to pull off a victory just because I knew how to block his high DPS damage stuff over time, you know, and then I learned how, you know, when his zerpy stuff was and where I needed to aim my great sword and stuff, and it's all about learning your opponent, right? You know, knowledge is power, which is a very important and very true statement that one person, I don't know, who I'm not going to really truly quote, said. Knowledge is power, because if you know your enemy, you know their weaknesses, and you know yourself, you know your abilities, you are going to come out on top. And that's what I love about this game. It is so cool. And man, do I sound like a... Man, I am getting old. Stay a while and listen. Diablo, Lord of Terror, once ruled and rained terror upon the land. You may call me Deckard Rune. That is me. But anyway, enough about my sagefulness. Let's try to get... Are we almost there? We're at 99.13... never mind. We're a lot more. I gotta eat food. Eat food. Block! Block! And do this. So yeah, guys. I'm also gonna take a look at some non-copyright music that we can jam out to while we play. I don't know if it's gonna be a thing. I'm gonna have to message the lo-fi channel guy that I was listening to when I was grinding out my Mystic, because if that's the case, I might have to just mute the sound entirely and make a new video, mainly because speeding up the leveling process by like 5 times is going to make the music, I think, sound really weird, and I might just record new sound and music and stuff over the sped up gameplay for your guys' benefit, because I don't know if I'm going to do that, just because this game really isn't BDO, in my opinion, isn't really about the grinding leveling part. It is on your first character, and that's super important to know. And maybe I should do it just to show you kind of where I have gone to get levels and everything. But I feel like the true game kind of opens up when you hit that level 50 and up, because level 50, you then can flag yourself for open PvP. You can contest, you know, I think you can at 50. It won't let you reach level 50 without completing a boss scroll to unlock that, and I'm pretty sure you can flag a PvP at 50. You'll get wrecked, but not unless you're, like, fighting somebody that's, like... So this is how it is. Let me break it down. I'm confusing myself. So there is no way that a level 56 plus person is grinding a level 50 mob unless they are farming a specific kind of item that drops there. If that is the case, then you will see someone higher level. But 9 times out of 10, you will normally see people that are trying to level just like you. And when you're able to flag, let's say, you know, you've been playing in this area for, you know, a good hour, and you're grinding, you're trying to level up and stuff, and some guy comes in and starts killing all your mobs, and you don't necessarily like that. You try to tell him in you know, general say chat, you know, nicely, like, hey man, this is my spot, you know, go find somewhere else. And he basically, in not so nice terms, tells you to shove off and, you know, have a nice day, right? And you don't necessarily like that, and you feel like you can probably take him. Well, you can flag up and you can kill him. Now you're going to lose some karma, and karma in this game is what it is the mechanic used to balance the PKers, the player killers, right? The trolls that do nothing but flag and then hunt the grinding people down because they have gear and you don't have gear, and welcome to the world of Black Desert, right? Well, they can only kill people like that 3 to 4 times before they go negative karma. Once you go negative karma, you can't talk to any NPCs unless you're talking about the PvP town, which is in the desert, until your karma gets back up. Now, how you get karma back up is you kill NPC mobs, these guys. Like, so you have to go grind. But while you're grinding, you are permanently flagged to any player that feels like they can take you out. So when it comes to kind of trying to balance out the PKer scrubs that are trolls to the people that are just trying to protect their grinding run area, then there you have it. Like, you're killing your mobs, these guys come in there, you flag up, you take them out, you lose karma, but you're now killing all these mobs, and you gain your karma right back up. Well, over time, slowly, I guess. I haven't really done that in a very long time. I haven't really had the need. Normally the areas I was going into, I've always been the nice guy, to where if I see another player, you know, I'll be like, hey, you know, I'm going to be done in about 10 minutes anyway. And then they're like, oh, okay, cool, I'll just wait for you, or something like that. I've never had really a, woo, we leveled, guys. I've never really had, like, a true trolley experience, you know what I mean? Like, only like twice. Only twice I had a really bad time. And that was just in a node war, and those guys were way more geared than our guild at that time, and man, did it show. So, dude, okay, so we leveled. We need to... Let's get up here. Jump. Jump, jump, jump. Jump. You're not jumping. There we go. Okay, guys. We are now 58. Yay. So let's press K. This is the main skills of the warrior, and you're going to see how I don't have a lot of stuff in here. I only have some points into the places that I like. This ground roar, that debuffs people. But actually, wow, they changed that? No, that's just for PvE. It spins people around. Yeah, this is actually really cool. It spins them around, so then because their back is like weakest, so then you can do the shift right mouse button, then S right mouse button, And S right mouse button is not that one. Where is it? It's like this really cool. Not that one either. Where is the button? That's guard. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. S right mouse button. There's this really cool like slash. That's also the 100 spender as a non-awakened. And if you chain that, if you do shift, oh, that's smash. If you do shift right mouse button and then S right mouse button together, you'll debuff them, flip them around, and then slash them in the back, and then just wreck their face. It's a really cool ability. And then I have down here, this is that fitness stuff. So my fitness increases my HP and my DP by a whole lot, and my so I have a lot of HP. Oh no, we have a debuff. That wasn't good. Weren't paying attention. So let's go into awakening now. So this is your awakening tab. We have the C, which is to swap out to your awakening weapon. You have Q, which is your block. Shift space is a energy regainer. E is like a super awesome Bankai buff thing that you can use for 30 seconds, and it's got a 3-minute cooldown, so that's kind of an important thing to note. It's this button that I use sometimes. I don't use it all the time. I probably should. I'm bad, I know. So let's go ahead and upgrade our stuff. And while we go, we'll look at the skills. So this is Solar Flare. Now I'm going to get Solar Flare 2. And that's 100, almost a 100% damage increase right there. That is. And then this is our movement. This is the head chase. This allows us to use some of our energy to get back and forth. I'll show these as well. These are like flow skills. So these skills are skills that you use while you're using other abilities. So in this case, I use spacebar after I use a regular greatsword attack, and I'll do 568% times 3, 100% crit, bam, like right in your face. I got a knee kick, which is kind of really cool. That's a flow knee kick too. And let's go over here. Hilt strike is right mouse button after balance strike. So see, there's a lot of flowing. That's what me and Otaku was talking about, flowing and combos and chaining things. So if you're not properly doing your class right, you're not going to be able to really utilize your full PvP potential, right? And that's what's kind of super important. I still haven't unlocked this one. That was really cool. That's level 59, guys. Oh, man. One day, right? One day. We'll get there. Let's look at this. This is our Merciless. That's a really awesome ability I use all the time. I usually do this one, and then I hit space, which is like that flow. And I do that crash thing, which is really kind of cool. So this jumps up by, okay, max 2 hits. Yep, okay, 3. So it jumps up by a couple of percent, like 70, a little under 70, 68% damage. That's still pretty good because this thing hurts. Like, warriors are very critical. They're 100% crit all the time, basically. It's pretty cool. Let's go back before we are rudely interrupted. How many? We have 106. I think we can buy everything. 40. Yeah, we can get everything. So that was that. This is grave digging. Grave digging is that big AoE thing. Oh man, this is going to be good. This is going to increase our damage by 40, 50, almost 50%. Almost 50%, about 48% or something like that. I'm doing quick math in my head, so if I get that wrong, don't murder me. I'm just looking. This one we use all the time too. This is a really good one. That looks like, oh man, that goes up 120%, man. Wow, cool. Definitely getting that. And then balance strike. Forward right click. That's that shoulder check, I think. Yep. Let's see it again. Yep. That's a really good one, too. And that jumps up by 135% damage. And recovers more WP, which is super awesome. Awesome, guys. Wow, that is so cool. We have, you know, it's been a long time running. I've been wanting to level up for a very long time. We can even increase this. Increase our AP against monsters. How much are you? 8 points? Yeah, we can do it, guys. We can do it. We're just going to kill them a lot faster. All right, now let's check it out. Let's see how awesome we are. Oh, nice. Nice. Bunkai! Oh, man. Oh, geez. It's been a long time since I used that. I forgot you get, like, super zerpy. I don't know, guys. You feel like I'm doing more damage? I feel like I'm doing more damage. Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh man, super cool. I'm whiffing. Oh wow, we didn't even really use any skills, we shredded those guys. That was cool. Just trying to test out some things here. Real quick while we have all of our combat experience going on. Otaku's got like 5%. He's got a goal before he gets underway again and deploys on his Navy stuff that he wants to hit 59. So, man, we're gonna have a lot of partying to do. I also want to level up Rayun, which is my striker. Oh, let's use. Hold on. And oh yeah. Oh guys, do you remember where we parked? I don't remember where we parked, guys. That could be bad, right? I'm trying to think where I parked. Where'd we park? That's okay. All right, guys, we did that in like a little under 37-ish minutes. But you know what, guys? That's going to be it. I'm going to try to kill my way out of here, go back home, do all the vendoring I need to do, and get back into some other kind of grinding. So thank you guys so much for coming along with me in this little adventure as we close out our grind session to level 58. We did it. It was awesome. I had so much fun, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all the likes and the support that you guys leave. It's great. And until next time, I will see you in the next episode. Take care.